The last qualifying day has dawned. All 33 places are filled at speeds ranging upward from 129 miles an hour. But 19 drivers still haven't run the 10-mile test. Will some of the 33 be bumped from the starting lineup by some of the 19? The chances are slim. It is raining. For 3.5 hours of precious time, it rained. Inside the garages, mechanics are busy anyway. Wheels and tires spin in alignment tests. Finally, there's a let-up in the rain, and tinkering crews wait hopefully on the wet pavement outside the garages. Drivers are anxious to get out onto the track for warm-up spins, just in case they get a chance to qualify. The waiting and the uncertainty are frustrating. The pit area is drenched, but the faithful are on hand, and the drivers are waiting for the signal to go. One of the Novies already has been eliminated, but the other rolls out to the track. The powerful 8-cylinder racer must get into its qualifying run before 6 p.m. or lose its chance to qualify. We see the track from the officials' booth. The cars are out now, but they haven't been given the go-ahead for the payoff runs. Here, the car speeds are recorded by a magic eye. Let's hear what the timer has to say about the prospects.
Well, we're glad that the last day of qualifications is with us. We've had a little rain this morning. It looks as though the cars running around now would soon dry the track up and we'd be ready to go.
So at last, the track is dry enough. But is there time enough? Anyway, the qualifying runs are on. Speedway President Wilbur Shaw calls for and gets the kind of good sportsmanship for which the 500 is noted. If you can't go fast enough, he says, pull in and give the next fellow a chance. 4 drivers comply. Even so, 8 drivers never take their qualifying run. They are still waiting in the line at the 6 p.m. deadline. Among those left behind is the Novies' last hope, Chet Miller. Only one driver has qualified during the last day. He is Johnny McDonald. He bumped Cliff Griffith, who himself had done better than 129 miles an hour. Thus end the qualifying runs, and thus comes saddening frustration for those who are left. It's Monday morning, the day before the race. Mobile trucks are out servicing the tanks that will fill the racers on the morrow. All day, men with vacuum cleaners sweep every inch of the track to pick up cracked brick or glass that might fly into drivers' faces and cause accidents. Drivers and crews gather for last-minute instructions and especially advice. The lead feet, the men heavy on the accelerators, are warned to play it safe and protect lives. They listen closely, for tomorrow is the day they've been building and training for. They are told if a man wants to pass, let him pass if he can. That's the rule of the 500, and the authority is Wilbur Shaw. Let's hear his final words.
And may the best man win, and thank you very much.
It's race day. In the dawn, spectators have ended their all-night vigil and are enacting a modern version of the rush for the Cherokee Strip, rushing for one of the 11 entrances toward a vantage point inside the race oval. More than 10,000 vehicles are parked in less than 90 minutes inside the 433-acre area where 3,000 employees are already busy. There, behind the famous 6-story pagoda for race officials, are the fans who have spent a sleepless night to climax the wait of days, maybe weeks. Their ears are tuned for the roar of motors, which they have traveled hundreds of miles to hear. Their license plates tell the story of their pilgrimage to Indianapolis, the holy of holies of automobile racing. These people still have hours to wait, and they make themselves at home, really at home. It's still just time for breakfast. Some of the spectators prepare to watch from homemade towers or do some flirting on the side. The early birds are on hand because the great track already has begun to come to life. The cars are being rolled to the track, although the sun is still low in the sky. The only diesel-powered car in the race rolls into the pit at the track side. It qualified number 32. Now the cars either have it or they don't. The day grows warmer as race time approaches. Lou Moore is giving his 4 blue entries their final checkup. Those cars, numbers 3, 5, 8, and 14, have been assembled bolt by Moore, who used to drive the 500 himself. He tests his own tires. He even fills the gas tank. The feverish work in the pits is being watched by crowds which are already filling the grandstand, from which 80,000 spectators can view the race. Altogether, upwards of 200,000 persons will be on hand at race time. They'll eat 150,000 hot dogs and drink 21,000 gallons of pop and beer. 69 of their children will be lost and found. The day's program begins. Down the track comes the Purdue University Band. The 33 cars are rolled into race position. It's just half an hour before race time. The cars are all lined up, 11 rows of 3 each. The fastest qualifiers in the first row, the slowest in the last. Drivers wait tensely for the signal to climb aboard. Crews stand by. Others look on anxiously. It's almost time. At exactly 10 minutes to 10 comes the word, "Gentlemen, start your engines." Failure to start the motor means out of the race. Frantic last-minute signals, and it's time to go as balloons fill the sky. The race is on. The racers move off in position behind the pace car. All 33 of them are off. They come into the first turn on the pace lap. The pace lap ends. The yellow flag signals the pace car off the track, and the racers get the green flag. They're on their own. They roar into the first turn on the first race lap. 2.5-mile laps to go in the 500-mile race. Faulkner, who held the pole position, is in front. Maury Rose, a 2-time winner, takes the lead from Faulkner. That's the way they finish the first lap. They go into the back stretch on the second lap, and Rose is still ahead.